Hello, my name is Clarence Carlos, and I'm the CEO and founder of the RC21X. Our tool is the Roberto app. It's a 6-minute brain health checkup. Number one cause of death and disability in the world globally are from brain injuries and head injuries. Over 100 million people alone in the United States will be affected by a head or brain injury. The uneventful death of my fraternity brother's son is what inspired me to start this company. Kyle was a 16-year-old young man in high school who was misdiagnosed with a head injury. That he went to the hospital, was checked out with all the latest and greatest technology, and was sent home and told to go see his primary physician the next day when he wasn't feeling well. Within the next 3 days, Kyle died of a stroke. Since then, I've been on a mission to make a tool that everybody can use from a smartphone with an app to be able to monitor brain health and wellness. Roberto is a brain performance health and wellness monitoring system. There are things that can negatively affect your brain performance and health and wellness, and there are things that are positive that can affect that. Stress, sleep, and medications are things that can affect it and change it, and also exercise and diet are things that can affect it and make it better. 50 years of neuroscience tests, clinically validated in the labs, teamed up with our partner at the University of Texas Arlington and the Human Performance Institute. We brought those two things together to develop this tool. The way you establish your profile and check your brain performance and health and wellness is by establishing your normal ranges. You establish your normal ranges by playing 2 practice sessions and 4 game sessions over a period of 2 days. When you establish that, we broke 1,500 data points down into red, green, or blue that you can monitor yourself or someone in your family's brain performance profile. Red, you're out of your normal ranges. Green, you're within your normal ranges. And blue, you establish a new normal range. Next, you can take that data and monitor yourself on a daily basis. You can have your session recorded on which session you're on. You can have it time-stamped and dated, and you can monitor what game session you're on at any given time. And you can get your session history score right on your cell phone at any given time, anywhere. And you can share that data with a clinician, physician, or any of your family members. This right here is tracking your lifestyle changes. This is a lady that was in physical therapy at NovaCare that was in the clinic over 280 days. She took the tool 86 times, and the clinician tracked her performance from where she first started and watched her data to when his observation and when she was supposed to leave the clinic, where she ended up at with her data. Who should use Roberto? Everybody in this room. Roberto is a tool for healthy people, for people that are peak performers. If you're a pilot, a doctor, or a crane operator in a stressful situation that you affect people's lives, this is the tool for you. If you're an injury recovery, like the lady I just showed you, her data and rehabilitation for tracking her back to normal, this is a tool you can use. In illness assessment, you can use this tool if you're being proactive, if you have any early onset dementia, Alzheimer's issues, being proactive and being able to pick it up front is the key. Because if you pick up Alzheimer's and dementia earlier, you can prolong it out with medication for 15 to 20 years and die of normal causes. Better data, better decisions. Right now, there's heart rate monitors out here. There's things that count your steps. There's all kinds of devices to monitor you. But the number one organ in your body that helps you make those decisions, that helps tell every one of those things what to do, is your brain. And we provide that objective data for your brain and for you to use it and make a better decision. The estimated global market in the year 2018 for health information on your smartphone is $26 billion a year. A lot of people are going to need their brain performance data in that, which we can connect to different platforms. How are we unique? We're a self-assessment tool. We're not clinically assisted. We're an ongoing wellness and monitoring tool. We're not a one-time treatment or diagnostic tool. You may know some of the other competitors out there, but we stand in the far right. We put the control of your brain health in your hands for you, for your family members to share that data, to know how you're doing on any given day. Our team, I'm the CEO. I had a medical device company before with a device to detect brain bleeds. It was called the infrared scanner. It detects bleeds with a handheld infrared device, 3.5 centimeters deep into your head. My executive chief clinical officer is Dr. Paul Nussbaum. He's a neuropsychologist, professor at the University of Pittsburgh. He started a company called FitBrains, and he sold it to Rosetta Stone. It's called Rosetta Stone FitBrains. You may have heard of that. Mark Kavicki, our chief digital officer, he started a company, internet TV company, which he wrote a patent for. And Gus Farad, 15-year NFL veteran, is the head of our brain health initiatives and business development. Our business model, B2B, B2C, is subscription-based, clinical fee per use, and also big data. We are collecting big data here. 1,500 data points to break down to red, green, or blue for you to make a decision about your brain health. Our existing clients are NovaCare Rehabilitation. NovaCare uses our tool, and they just launched it in 200 of their clinics, and they're launching it next to Select Medical in 2,000 clinics nationwide. American Association of Baseball Conference Regents launched and signed a contract, and we're monitoring over 250,000 of their youth baseball players. The other 3 law firms that you see there, we're monitoring over 650 of the retired NFL football players that are in a concussion lawsuit settlement. We monitor them for their law firms to detect if any of those guys are having any slight trends that are taking them downwards, to get them into their clinician right away to get them the help that they need. Our key prospects, we met with Anthem here last week with the president and also with their actuaries. They look at our tool as an objective data tool that they can get if their client is getting the proper care for an individual maybe with autism. Is that physician helping that kid? Or is that kid going to stay the same? And maybe he should be on custodial care. Under Armour has the Under Armour Health Box. They have over 60 million engaged users on their health box every month. These are extreme fitness individuals. And this Under Armour Health Box monitors caloric intake, your weight, your steps, and it ties into what's called the Record app. On that Record app, they ask you, how are you doing today? From 0 to 10, and if you're going up to 10, your screen gets really bright. Well, we're that tool that's not subjective, but objective. That we can provide that information that's going to give you an objective tool to know how you're doing today. Not asking that question of how you feel, but how you're really doing. Our ambassadors, we have them come on all the time. Our main ones right now, total over 9 million social media reach. Ray Lewis, Leah Holly Fraser, or not up to 9 million. Ray says either you use it or you lose it. And he's right. Ray understands from the aspect of being a professional football player in NFL for years that how important your brain health is to you. Something we take for granted, that we don't look at. It's so important. Our previous capital raise was $550,000. Significant milestones we met with that were monitoring over 600 plus for NFL players. We signed a contract with NovaCare, and we launched the Roberto app. Our current round, currently raising $1 million. We've already collected $250,000 of that $1 million in a convertible note. Our use of proceeds are for application development, for public relations, PR, operations, co-location, disaster recovery, advertising, and trade shows. I'd like to thank you, Tim and Art, and everybody here today for giving us the opportunity. This has really been great, and we look forward to working with the people here in St. Louis. And if you get a moment when you're done, please come up and check us out. And I wanted to let you know, you probably wonder, where do we get the name Roberto? Well, Roberto Clemente was a baseball player in Pittsburgh. And he was a humanitarian. And he died trying to save lives. And that's what we're going to do. Thank you.